Welcome to searedandsmoked.com. I'm Keegan, and today we're reviewing the FlameBoss 200 Wi-Fi unit. And this is a great unit. I've been playing with it for a couple weeks now, and it performs great. What I love about it the most is how easy it is to use. The user interface on the device is really simple, and it also has a great user interface on your laptop or your phone, any mobile device, anything with a web connection. You can change the set point of the temperature for your smoker and also monitor the other settings. So monitor what temperature your meat's at, and from anywhere, basically anywhere in the world. Not that you're gonna travel too far from your smoker, but you can go to the golf course, anywhere like that, and monitor and change settings on your phone. So this is the kind of the default menu that you have to work with. And you can change the temperature, the set point right there. You can also change that from your phone. And then monitor the pit temperature, which you see is a little high right now at 275, because I had the unit open and the fan kind of kicked up and took the temperature a little higher. And then you can also see the fan unit is at 0% right now because it's over temp, so it's trying to bring the temp down. And then the meat temperature is showing at 119. And then your other menus, I don't use a whole lot, but they're also easy to access. So you have a timer set, so you can turn that on and have this basically timer set for so many hours. And then you can place a meat alarm. So if you want your unit to start temping down when the meat hits 195 degrees on a brisket or something like that, you can set it. And then as it comes up to temperature, it'll start to modulate the temperature of the unit. And then also pit temp alarm. You can also set this up so it alarms you on your phone if the pit temp is too high. I haven't used that, but I'm sure that would work fine. And then you just have a few basic settings for sounds, Wi-Fi on or off, and then beyond this menu, you have basically just a screen to set up your Wi-Fi device, which is really easy. It took me just a minute or two, and then you just confirm it on your web browser and you're good to go. So that's an overview of the basic unit itself. Now we'll take a look at the different probes, how the fan is set up, and just talk about the general awesome qualities of this unit. Okay, so we're still taking a look at the FlameBoss 200 Wi-Fi. Now we're just taking a look at the probes that it comes with. And you see I got two probes here in the smoker right now. One has a clip on it so you can easily attach it to your grill grate. I find this to be an awesome feature versus just having a loose probe. It's kind of dangling about, so you can set it exactly where you want it and it won't move. And then we have our probe here, which is a nice angled probe. I like these 90-degree probes because then they don't stick so far up in the smoker. So just having this little 90-degree feature is very useful. And then the actual quality of the unit itself, as far as the wires, is very high quality, very thick. It's got the stainless steel braiding, but it also has a Teflon braiding as well. I don't know if you can see that, but very thick, a lot thicker than the standard wire that you might find in other temperature probes. And I'll actually pull out a different temp probe just so you can see the difference. Okay, so we're just continuing to look at the probes here, and this is basically just a comparison. You can see the large wires of the FlameBoss compared to something that you would get like with a Maverick wireless unit that you would just use to monitor temperature. And you can see that just the quality of the cabling for the thermo probes is really awesome for this. So really pleased with that, and I think they'll last a long time. The Teflon coating basically makes it so it doesn't kink up. So I think long term this should be a really nice setup. And here we'll just kind of take a look at the overall setup. So you have the FlameBoss there, and then you have a power cord going down to an outlet there. So it's nice that it's connected to a power source, so you don't have any battery operation. There's no batteries in the actual FlameBoss. So as long as you have good power, you're set up to smoke for hours and hours and hours, as long as you like. And then we have our two probes going over to the actual smoker. So those just go inside there. One inserted into the meat and one hooked up at the grill grate to monitor the temperature. And then going back to the unit, you have the fan cord that I have kind of wrapped around here and connected to the green egg. So this is what basically controls the temperature. So when you're low on temp, it'll kick it up, and when it's high on temp, it'll kind of shut the fan off as needed. and it's a pretty easy setup. This is probably the easiest setup I've seen for a unit like this. Easy to slide in the actual plate that it connects to, so it comes with a couple different adapters for different sizes of green eggs and different Komodo smokers, and you can also get the same type of adapter for a more of like a Weber kettle or a Smoky Mountain setup as well. So a lot of different setups available, and now I will show you just the simple setup for the actual fan. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through the setup process to hook up the fan. It's really easy. So I'm currently in the middle of a smoke here, but I'm just going to take the plate out and show you how that goes back in and how to hook up the fan. So hooking up the fan or disconnecting it is really easy. It's disconnected by a gravity clip. So you insert that clip to the top and it just sets in there. So that's pretty slick. It's fairly tight. I haven't noticed any smoke coming out of it, so I think it's doing the job as far as sealing up pretty good. So you can just set that to the side. And then you have this plate here, which just inserts inside the track for the original vent setup for the green egg. So you can just slide this plate out of there, and you're just that's basically what you start out with. And you just want to make sure that the long edge is vertical, because if you try to put it in this way, you're obviously going to have a bad setup. But if you put it in the way that it's supposed to go in, it's easy to slide in, and then just sliding the vent over first, and then the hard cover over it, and then you have a pretty nice tight seal. And you just pop the fan back in, and you're good to go. So really easy setup. That's what I love about this unit, is basically how easy it is to use, and really awesome that way. So highly recommend it. Check out our links for places to buy it at searedandsmoked.com on the resources page, and I think you'll really enjoy using it. Okay, I just wanted to show you a few of the screens that you'd look at when you're using the iPhone or whatever device you're using to control it on the web browser. And this is for my iPhone, some screenshots. And basically you have a set temp, pit temp, fan output, and meat temp. And it's all graphed on a nice little graph for you that shows you how your meat's coming along, your brisket or pulled pork or whatever. And really, only thing I really use this for is just adjusting the set temp. So if you think that your brisket is coming along too fast, or your pulled pork is not coming along fast enough and you're away from it, you can actually lower or raise the set temp, and then kind of adjust accordingly as needed during the smoke. But great way to monitor it, peace of mind, whether you're laying in bed or away from the house. It's easy to monitor from any cell phone that has a web browser. So pretty cool. And this here is just another output screen. So this would be kind of what you'd see at the end of a cook. You can refer to your different smoke sessions. It logs it for 90 days. If you name it and save it, it saves it forever. So I think that's one of the great things about this product, is that you can label your smokes and then refer to them 6 months later when you're like, what did I do there? What temperature did I smoke that at? How long did it go for? Really easy to refer back to previous smokes and just get a sanity check before you start cooking for the weekend or whenever you're starting that. So really have enjoyed this feature, and I think the software is great, probably even better than the hardware. And here's another example. So this is a 5-pound chicken that I brined and seasoned and smoked on big green egg. Label it so I'd know that, and yeah, it just shows you one more screen readout what you'd see. This is actually from the computer, just so you can see the graph a little bit better. But yeah, great tool to refer to previous sessions. I mean, you can send this to a friend if you want. Put it on your web page or whatever you want to do, and just a really great tool. Can't say enough about it. Okay, and one last screen for you, just showing another smoke session here on the green egg, doing some St. Louis spare ribs, and just another nice output. Save for later and reference back to, and I just find it interesting. You can look at the red line there and see how many times you actually open the lid of the smoker. So just some interesting stuff going on there, and can't say enough about the software. It's so easy to use. I think it's the best thing about the product is the software, how easy it is to change things while you're away from the smoker, and then just referencing different smoke sessions in the future. So if you want to see a full review, you can check out my website, searedandsmoked.com, and under the resources page, there's some other reviews and product info as well, and you'll find one for the Flame Boss Wi-Fi unit, which is awesome.